Hey guys, so I just want to start off this video by saying this was filmed May 29th. I've been a bit delayed posting things, just a lot going on. We put our kitty down, like some other stuff in life. So anyways, I am getting back at it. I'm gonna do these older ones first. So I have this May 29th, I've got one from June coming up, and then I think we'll get back into the regular posting weekly of what's going on in the garden. So thanks for watching. Come along and see what I've got growing about a month ago now. And then you'll see when I post the new ones, it'll be actually kind of cool to compare to see like how much things have changed in just a month's time. Let me take you for a little tour around the garden. So, we got Bok Choy growing. Swiss chard. These are the yellow ones. And oh, that's just grass. I've put in red ones on this side, but I only did it the other day, so it'll take a little bit of time. I'm hoping for it like pretty, you know? You've got the green normal bok choy, then you've got the yellow Swiss chard, and then the red Swiss chard. So it should look colorful and nice. That is something called Roselle. I think it's gonna survive. It was looking pretty spindly and not good, but I think it's gonna make it. Alright, along the side of the shed here, I've got broad beans. That's what all these guys are. Looks like they're gonna start flowering soon. I've popped in just a few extra lettuce at the base. And down here, let's see all these little grassy guys. Those are actually walking onions. So I started them from seed this year. And if I can get them going, this little patch will always be walking onions. They just will come back year after year and perpetuate themselves. Back in the corner there are green onions. I just slapped those in. They were a purchase. We've got our lettuce bed. So these guys have really taken off since I put them in. That's good. They're looking happy in here. I'll be able to start picking some lettuce soon. Radish is almost done. Look at these guys. They're starting to go to seed. It was too warm. Didn't really get much radish off of them. Yeah, see? There's no little bulbs down in there. So this will come out soon. Peas are doing well. They've found the trellis and will soon find their way up. Look at my neighbor's poppies. Aren't they beautiful? Okay, I've got a box here. Let me get out of the light. I got a pepper in the corner. These are turnips and beets. Okay, we'll come around to this side. I did plant some Chinese noodle beans. So they have come up. A few of them in the middle here didn't, so I've re-put in seeds. And hopefully they'll germinate. And that'll be okay because I'll have some fruiting and then I'll have some that are like 3 weeks behind. So it works out well actually. This area was all spinach. There's still one left there. I pulled that all out yesterday and processed it. So did a quick blanch and got them into freezer bags in the freezer. Check out the asparagus, you guys. It's so tall. Try to let you see it this way. See how tall it is. It's ridiculous. This one is like, yeah, almost as tall as me. It's about 5 feet at least. I've got some more bok choy down here. Or not bok choy, sorry, tatsoi. And it's also starting to go to seed, see that? So tatsoi can really handle the cold, but it doesn't love the heat. So this will come out soon, and we'll start getting more lettuce in, which I have done. See back in here, I've got the little lettuces planted, little red ones, little green ones. I like to intersperse my reds and my greens to kind of make it look pretty. Pepper plant in here. It's like not gonna get this tall. I don't know, I just kind of had that there, and maybe next year I'll plant something climby on it. I did put in some climbing beans. So that's what these are. These are loofah that are looking kind of sad. So we'll see what happens. This one's found the trellis. I think this one's gonna be okay. This one hopefully will find the trellis. It's got little tendrils. I'm hoping this is a loofah here. I did throw a few seeds in. Now this one here, if it is a loofah, will be very behind, but I will be able to eat the small, like cucumber-y type loofahs off of it. You can saute them up like a zucchini. Whereas these ones that I've got established, I can hopefully get some loofahs that go to mature size and let them dry and use them as the actual loofah sponge, which is what I would like. But the main purpose of really growing them is because I want cover. So this whole trellis, it should climb all the way up, I'm hoping. And then down at the base, there are some pepper plants and some more climbing beans. There are little tomatoes all over the garden. My compost has produced zillions and zillions of tomato seedlings this year. So some of them I'm gonna leave, because sometimes those are the like hardiest plants, the ones that self-sow. These are Tromboncino Squash. So the plan is to have them also grow all the way up the trellis. There are nasturtiums in that pot, so it should give us a little pop of color there. And then coming around over here, oh, hi chives, hello. They just popped open, they're looking really pretty. There's some oregano, and that leafy thing in the back is horseradish. This is cilantro. So that's probably gonna start going to seed again soon. So I'm actually doing a bit of research today about cilantro lime sauce. I did it last year, made it, froze it in ice cube trays, and then had it in the freezer, and it was delicious. So I'm gonna do that again this year. In behind there, see those little guys? Those are butternut squash. We got some volunteer tomatoes. These are melons. They're just like a little tiny melon. It's a Russian melon, I forget its exact name. So I'm hoping for some melons. Purple basil, tomatillos. So I didn't know, because I've never grown them before, but I planted 4 of them. You need to make them pollinate, but I planted 4, which I think means I'm going to be absolutely overrun with tomatillos. So I think there's going to be a lot of salsa verde put on the shelf this winter, but I'll keep you posted. Got lots of peppers and stuff down here too. More climbing beans, more climbing beans. This is milkweed. It's looking pretty healthy. We don't eat milkweed. It is just for the pollinators. This is the sage. I actually picked a bunch of leaves today and I'm drying them just because this plant was getting pretty big. So may as well. Rosemary, that's not looking like it's loving its life, but hopefully it'll come back. More cilantro. This is lemon thyme. I also picked a bunch of that today and I'm drying it. More cilantro, volunteer tomatoes, spaghetti squash, climbing beans, borage. This is celery, this guy here. Climbing beans, volunteer tomato, spaghetti squash, and a volunteer tomato behind it. And this big bushy thing in front of my compost is borage. Okay, so I was weeding here earlier today. This is called Purslane. It's really good for you, high in omega-3s, like what's in an egg, but it's a vegetable source. So I am leaving that. So when I weeded, I left my purslane in. Oh, this is also wood sorrel. It's lemony, but I am getting rid of that. So yeah, this stuff here, guys, if you have it, leave it alone. It will create a ground cover, which will also prevent weeds, and you can eat it. This bed here has my potatoes in it. It's looking good. They've popped up and are thriving. I bet you in another week we'll have flowers. And then I'm gonna leave it, just leave it till it dies back, maybe even until the fall, we'll see. I'm not too desperate for space, so get as many potatoes out of there as I can. This has been a bit of a pain in my butt this year. The squirrel has decided that it likes cabbage and broccoli. So I've actually cut off the bottoms of these pots, and the cabbages are in there. These are like collars to protect them. So I grew my own cabbage starts, squirrel ate them. I bought new cabbage starts, squirrel ate them. This is the third set, so I'm trying to be proactive here. He already got to this one last night. So the like base, the middle on that one's douched. I don't think it'll come back. I've got some Asian cabbages and Asian greens, bok choy, broccoli. I do have a broccoli head forming here. Look at that. Hello, broccoli. That's tatsoi. It's also gonna have to come out because it's going to seed. I might leave some of them though, just let them pollinate. They'll get yellow flowers on them. Bees and stuff will want to eat that, I'm sure. I did put in some kale. So this will be the big, tall, I don't know what you call it, lac something kale. Anyways, it gets quite tall and it will last even through the winter. This row over here is all my garlic, and there's a little bit of it down here on this end. So all of my cloves germinated. So there's like 40 heads of garlic. Some of them did this funky thing. Look at this. Planted one clove, but it has 2 stalks. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe I'll get 2 small garlic cloves out of it. Don't really know. Over here, I have planted climbing beans. So they're gonna go up the trellis. And they're also gonna flower and be pretty. You'll notice the ones in the middle here didn't germinate at all, so I've had to replant those recently. These guys came up, they're looking good. Because I didn't label it, I can't tell you. They're sunset runners, there's black coat runners, and there's tarbus. And I didn't label it, so I don't know what's what until they start blooming, and then I'll be able to tell, because they all have different colored flowers. The tarbus has a white flower, the sunset runner has like a peach flower, and the black coat runner has a red flower. This is kind of cool. These are melons, like big like cantaloupe melons. And this little thing here is nasturtium. Just wanted to use that as a ground cover underneath them. My lavender is looking pretty rough. Some of it's coming back. It was a tough winter. We had like a lot of freeze, thaw, freeze, thaw, freeze, thaw. And I think it sort of did a lot of damage because this lavender doesn't look good either. This one looks even worse. There is some coming on both sides, but for the most part, it's not looking like it's loving its life. This whole row is onions. So there's red onions, there's white onions, and there's shallots in here. Oh, and I'll show you, we have a pepper shelf this year. So all my peppers are on here. Let's go take a peek. I got some orange bell peppers just starting. Yeah, those are more orange bell peppers. These ones are shishito. That's shishito as well. These guys here are jalapeno. That'll be a jalapeno. These are cayenne. This is a yellow Hungarian. And these ones are called Jimmy Nardello. I've picked a bunch of fruit off of it already, so I don't have any blooming right now. And then I have 2 eggplants. I did the driveway again with tomatoes and basil, because last year that was just so successful. I don't know if it was just the year and the weather, but my tomatoes have never been so big and so prolific as when I grew them here last year. And then the herb post down at the end there. Okay, well, I also didn't end that video. I just kind of showed you the driveway pots. So hopefully that's going to be a success again this year. We'll see. I will keep you posted. Like I said in the beginning, we're going to start doing regular updates again weekly. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.